What's going on, guys? Back in today to talk about Invincible Season 2. Since the first season of Invincible came out, I've made several videos about Invincible. I've made videos talking about Season 1 of the show. I did a review of the entire comic book series, which I have down here behind me on the shelf. I've read the whole thing. It's fantastic. I've done videos on the toy line coming from Diamond Select. That's meant to kind of like it's supposed to be the characters, but they're kind of supposed to resemble the show more than the comic, but it's pretty much the same thing. Uh, so yeah, in the past 2 years since season one came out, I've been a huge fan of Invincible. It's it is my favorite superhero comic book universe. It is the best superhero comic book story I've ever read. It is fantastic. So you guys are probably thinking that this is going to be a rather short video because, like I always say, if I've got nothing but positive things to say about a topic, it tends to be a shorter video. It is going to be a shorter video, but it's not that I really have anything negative to say about Invincible Season 2. By the way, this is Invincible Season 2 Part 1. And that's also kind of part of the issue here. Like they're doing this like old shit. Remember back in the day before like digital streaming, when like you had network television, the new season of the show would start in like September and run through like the first week of December, and then it would stop and it wouldn't come back on until like halfway through January. Like it would take a hiatus for the holidays, sometimes even February. It'd take a hiatus for the holiday season. Yeah, that was cooler when it was dead. Let's not go back to doing that. We have digital streaming now, and I'm a little annoyed with the fact that a lot of these companies are doing this like, one episode a week bullshit. God, remember the good old days when like the digital streaming first became popular and it seemed like everywhere you looked, the season of the show, you made a show, they put all the episodes out right away. The season 2 comes out, boom, there's the entirety of season 2 right there. You can binge it. Well, I mean, that turned out to not be as much of a money maker. If you're going to do an 8 episode show, an 8 episode season, might as well stretch that shit out over 8 weeks. And that way you get, you know, a longer subscription, because people might just subscribe just to watch that one thing and then cancel their subscription again. So you might as well get 2 months out of it instead of one. But with something like Invincible and Amazon Prime, like I think you can subscribe to Prime Video monthly, but Prime Video comes with, it's just a general Prime subscription. And I think most people just do the year-long subscription to Prime because that way they get access to like Prime shipping and all that kind of stuff. So are you really making that much money on increasing the length of subscriptions by only putting out one episode a week? I don't know. I think they put out one episode a week because they knew they were going to do this hiatus shit anyway. So they were like, we got to stretch. We only got 4 episodes to show during the end of 2023. We might as well stretch those out. But yeah, so is the show bad? No, the show's just fine. The voice acting is on point, just like it always was in season one. The characters are great. The action is great. The animation is great. I did say, like, back when I reviewed season one and the comic, that, like, this does follow the comic accurately. They just don't always put all the things in the right chronological order. Like, in the comic, you got event A, and in the comic book, you have event A and then event B. But when they do it for the show, they might put event B in front of event A. It all still happens. It just might not happen in the same order. I am seeing that again, and I can't be certain because it has been over a year since I read Invisible. I binge read the entire comic book series of Invincible. Just boom, ran right through the whole thing. So it has been well over a year since I read the Invisible comic, but I think, like watching season 2, I think they are speeding through some things. I think. Like I feel like, spoiler alert, 3, 2, 1. Mark reunites after their big showdown at the end of season 1. Mark reunites with his dad, Omni-Man, in episode 4, the newest episode out. I kind of feel like there was more in the comic between their fight and their reunion on this alien planet than 4 episodes of content that we got in this show. But I get it. It's like after waiting 2 years for season 2 of an animated show, a show that the actors can go to work in their pajamas and do. We waited 2 years for season 2. Listen, I'm going to touch on that while we're there. No, I'm going to finish my first thought. I think there should have been people waited 2 years for season 2. I don't think they wanted to make people wait any longer than they needed to because people, the cliffhanger of season 1 was like Omni-Man doesn't kill him in the end. They have this big fight, but Omni-Man, he doesn't kill him and he leaves. He flies off. Where does he go? Are they ever going to meet up? And they wanted to kind of get to. They knew that people had been waiting 2 years to see the resolution of that cliffhanger ending. So, yeah. But let's talk about that. That's the biggest thing about the show. Everything's great. The animation, the sound, the action, the voice, it's all great. It's all great. But let's talk about the big elephant in the room. Why the fuckity fuck this took 2 years to do? I'll tell you why. It has nothing at all to do with how big of a show it is. It took that long to get it just right. No, these other fucking actors and people had other shit that they wanted to do. They signed on to do this show. They did season 1 probably thinking that it's not going to be as big of a hit it's not going to be that big of a hit. Turned out to be a big fucking hit. And then the Amazon was like, guys, we need you back. Season 2, we got to roll. And they were just like, what? Invincible took off? It was a major hit? I kind of planned on doing this other shit over here. The main actor of Invincible, the guy that voices Invincible, he talks about in that one little teaser where they were it's him and Alan the alien sitting in a diner, and he talks about kind of breaking the fourth wall, talks about all the shit he has to do to make Invincible and get it done. Bullshit, dude. You know what you were doing? You were making that Netflix show Beef with Ali Wong. I watched Beef. It was okay. I found it mildly entertaining. Me and my wife actually watched that. We binge watched through that in about 4 days. It was pretty entertaining. The ending got wild and bonkers. But if you had asked me, hey, Chad, you can have Invincible Season 2 much, much earlier. You could have Invincible Season 2 1 year after Invincible Season 1. Or you could have Beef. I'm going to say, hey, Beef, go fuck yourself. Fuck off. Fuck off with the Beef show. No one asked for it. No one wants it. Doesn't matter how it turned out in the end. If you work in the entertainment industry, you work for the people. You do what the people tell you. If the people say Invincible Season 2, Invincible Season 2, then it doesn't fucking matter at all what you want to do. Your ass needs to get the fuck in the recording studio and start voice acting Invincible Season 2. That's what you do. All right? Fuck what you want to do. You get paid millions of dollars to do your job. Shut the fuck up and get to work doing what we tell you. All right? God damn it. And the reason I seem so mad about this is because, even though I love Invincible, like I said, I got super into the comic. It's my favorite superhero comic book universe. I'm collecting the toys. I got super into it. You know what's pissing me the fuck off? I'm watching the episodes of season 2, and I'm just not I'm not excited. If this had come out spring of 22, just like season 1 came out spring of 21, if season 2 had come out spring of 22, I'd be into it. I'd be super fucking I'd have been like, yeah! I'd have been geeked as fuck. But you made me wait. You made me wait. And my patience has kind of run out. And I don't know if I really give as much of a shit. Also, it's season 1 was such a hit that it revitalized the comic, and a bunch of people, including myself, went and binged the comic. So we already have the whole story up here. We already know what happens. Now it's just getting to see it in motion on a screen. But if you're going to delay the fuck out of it, I don't really need it. I already know the story. I read it in the comic book. You guys should have capitalized on the success of this show a lot faster. But you didn't do it. Why? Because a bunch of other fuckity fuck people wanted to go do other fucking shit. No! This show was a hit. Get the fuck to work. God damn. I'd have told Steven Yeun, I'd have been like, bitch, get the fuck in the recording studio and get working, or we're recasting your bitch ass. If anything, like, the new season of Rick and Morty is out right now too. And in case you guys weren't aware, they have Justin Roiland, the voice of Rick and Morty, he no longer works on Rick and Morty. He's been fired, let go, whatever you want to call it. And they have two new voice actors, one doing the voice of Morty, one doing the voice of Rick. And they are identical. Morty is 100% identical, and Rick, I only noticed a slight difference in Rick's voice at the very beginning, like episode 1, and that's because I went into it listening for it. If I had not known about it and I had not been listening for it, I wouldn't have detected it. By the time I got to episode 3, because I binge watched the newest season of Rick and Morty, I came onto it around like when like 4 episodes were out. By episode 3, I'd completely forgotten about the fact that there were new voice actors and it was just normal Rick and Morty. What that shows is that as a voice actor, you can be fucking replaced infinitely easier than if it's live action. You think we can't find someone that sounds similar enough to Steven Yeun to play Invincible? Get the fuck out of here. The only one in that show that might be hard to recast is what the fuck's his face? J.K. Simmons. He might be the only one a little hard to recast for Omni-Man. But it's okay. I mean, like, if we got to work around one dude's schedule, one Academy Award winner's schedule, I guess that's fine. But Steven Yeun, who the fuck are you? You were Glenn in The Walking Dead. Like, you ain't big. You should be thanking your lucky stars that you get to do Invincible. You should be just foaming at the mouth, excited to do Invincible, because it's actually made you fucking relevant again. You think anybody gives a fuck about beef? No one gives a shit. It's already been forgotten about. God damn it. I'm irritated because, like, there was a point in time where I was super excited for Invincible Season 2. Super excited. But they delayed and delayed and delayed, and my patience ran out, and now I'm watching it. I know that it's good, but it's just not the same. It's not hitting the same as I know it would have hit if they had put it out when the hype was up at maximum levels. It's just not the same. It's a shame. It's a shame because this fucking studio didn't have the balls to tell these fucking pieces of shit, hey, get the fuck in here to work. Get in here to work or you're fired. But I want to make beef. Fuck what you want. The people want Invincible. We're doing what they want. They're the consumers. They pay the bills ultimately. Fuck what you want. So yeah, I said it's going to be a short video, and it is, because that's really all I have to say. Objectively, it is a good show. There's nothing about it that's bad. The animation is good. The voice acting is good. The sound effects are good. The musical score and everything is good. The story is good. The story's always been good. It's because it's based on the comics. Like, it's all great. Especially, spoiler alert again, 3, 2, 1. Invincibles, for those of you who haven't seen it, Invincible and Omni-Man's like final battle with those Viltrumites on that alien planet at the end of episode 4, when Invincible finally stops holding back and starts fighting like a Viltrumite and gets brutal. Woo! That shit was good. But it would have been better a year and a half ago. But yeah. So that's my take on Invincible Season 2 so far, at least Part 1. Who knows? Maybe they will just somehow manage to make Part 2 so bonkers awesome that it'll redeem the wait. But I don't see how, because I already know the whole fucking story. So I know what's coming in Part 2, Season 2, Part 2. I know what's coming. And I wish I would have gotten it earlier. So yeah, take that for what you will. That's my take. But anyway, leave some comments down below, get a discussion started. What do you guys think? Are you guys liking Invincible Season 2? Did the wait bother you? Do you find that having to have waited this long, is it affecting your enjoyment of the show? Is it yes, no, maybe so? Leave some comments down below, get a discussion started. If you like this video, please hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. If you want to help out the channel even further, check out some of our other videos and maybe subscribe. Other than that, I'll talk to you guys later.